Hello guys, welcome back to another tutorial and welcome back to my channel. My name is Robin and in this video I am going to show you the tools that I am using in Photoshop so you too can start your digital painting journey today using only your computer mouse. The tools that I am going to share is totally easy to use for beginners like you. If you wanted to start digital painting but cannot afford to buy any drawing pad anytime soon, this tutorial is for you. I know you are excited to learn and start getting into action in creating beautiful artworks, so without any further ado, let's get started. First is to open up your Photoshop application. Then once your Photoshop launched, it will show you this interface that gives you options on what you wanted to do next. In this area are your recently saved files, which is very helpful if you cannot locate the previous files that you did or simply couldn't find where you saved it. On the left side, we have two options. First is the new button where you can choose and edit canvas sizes and resolution. The second one is the open button. This is another way to open your recently saved files if ever they don't show up in the interface section here. Let's go and create a new canvas. So navigate your mouse into the new button or hit Ctrl+N. Then this box will pop up with different canvas and resolution that you can choose. But I'm gonna go ahead and choose the canvas that I personally use in all my artworks. So I'm going to choose A4 type canvas here and edit the resolution to 200 for a standard HD quality image. Then don't forget to add your title. I'm going to title this Basic Photoshop Tools, then click Create. So now we have a canvas and you can go ahead and work on this horizontal canvas as is, but I wanted to rotate my canvas vertically so I can have more space to work on. And by doing that, go to Image, then go down to Image Rotation, then click on either 90° clockwise or counterclockwise. Then I will change the background color to gray so that it will be easier for me to see the work that I am doing. Then navigate your mouse to the bottom of the Layer tab. Then click the little folded paper icon to create a new layer. Then on the left side, select the Paint Bucket tool. Then set the foreground to gray. Then left click to your canvas to change your background color or hit Alt+backspace. Now I'm gonna be teaching you the basic tools you need to create amazing digital art using only your computer mouse. First is the pen tool. This tool helps you create different shape that you want to draw. Here I will make a square shape, basic square shape. Then every time you click the left button on your mouse, it will create a point where you can edit later if you want to make adjustments. When you hover your mouse to one point, see that little icon changes to minus, meaning if you click that point, it will be deleted. Now, if you point the pen tool to the lines, the icon changes to plus, which means you can add points to that line. Notice these additional lines that shows every time I add points. By manipulating those, you can create curves. So hover your mouse to the little dot here, then press and hold Alt button. The V-shaped arrow will appear, then drag your mouse to create an arc. You can make it taller or smaller depending on your preference. But sometimes this does not show to all the points that you make. Just like in the corner here, let's say you wanted this corner to be a bit rounded. So just press Ctrl button to easily navigate the pen tool and the white arrow tool. So click that point, then hold the Alt button to your keyboard and drag your mouse. You can also create curves while drawing your shape using the pen tool. Just click and drag the left button on your mouse. Now that we have a shape that we wanted, Hit Ctrl Enter to activate that shape and choose any color that you want. Then hit Alt+backspace to fill it with your foreground color or Ctrl+backspace to fill it with your background color. Now let's go to the brush tool. This tool is another way to color and render your objects. On the upper left corner, you can find different brush type that you can use depends on where you want to apply them. And here's the shortcut on how to make your brush smaller or bigger. If you want to have soft brush feel, set the opacity lower than 100. And if you wanted to have a strong brush feel, set the opacity to 100. Then the mixer brush tool. This is very helpful for me if I want to render two colors like this one, but it should be in the same layer. For example, if I wanted the dark green to light green contrast, I will just press Alt, then hover your mouse to the darker green color, then left click. Release Alt button, then just brush and blend it going to the lighter color, and you will get this very nice soft blend. Then now let's go to the eraser tool. Eraser tool is used to erase some part or unwanted parts of your artwork. Or if you wanted to create gradient, you can also use the eraser tool. Here you can also change the brush type that you wanted to use and also change the opacity. To duplicate your selected layer, just right click that layer and select duplicate layer, then hit OK or hit Ctrl+J for shortcut. To delete the layer, simply press the delete button on your keyboard. To undo your recent actions one time, hit Ctrl+Z. To undo multiple times, hold Ctrl+Alt and press Z multiple times. Let's now proceed to masking. I use masking if I wanted to erase some parts of the artworks or object, but I don't want to completely erase it in case I wanted to edit it later. Example, I wanted this texture masked here in the shape that I made. I will select the layer I wanted to mask, then make sure it is highlighted. Then go to the layer that you wanted to create a masking shape. Then make sure you point it to the thumbnail. Then press and hold Ctrl. Then click the thumbnail to activate that shape. Then go to the bottom of the layer. Then click the mask icon. In the same layer, a mask will be created. Notice how the foreground and the background color change to black and white when I select this masking shape. This is very useful when you want to erase some part of the object without affecting the object itself. Then using the brush tool while the foreground color is black, it erased the texture that I used to mask in this shape. But if I change the foreground color to white, it will bring back the texture. I will erase it one more time and take a look what happens to this layer here. If I disable the mask, see the texture is still there. It didn't totally remove. So this is very useful if you want to add texture on your object. Then let's go to levels. I use this a lot in rendering my artworks. This basically lets me make darker or lighter tone easily without going to the color picker. What I do is I use the pen tool or the marquee tool to select the part that I wanted to edit. Then duplicate that part, then hit Ctrl+L. Here you can play around with the color if you wanted it lighter or darker, then click OK. Now let's go to feather. This is also very helpful for me if I wanted a soft edge in rendering my artworks. This will only pop up if you have a shape activated using your pen tool or marquee tool. You can change the radius from 1, 20, 50, or 100, depends on how blurry edges you wanted to achieve. That's it for today's video. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, then click the notification bell so you will be notified every time I post a video or another art tutorial like this. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. If you want to watch my previous tutorial on how to digital paint using your mouse, click that little eye icon on top of the screen and choose a video that might interest you. And if there's art challenges that you wanted me to do, comment down below or you can message me on Instagram. Once again, this is me, Robin. See you on my next video.